The project is a cohesion project to bring two schools together to talk about different communities, different religion. We've covered things like hate crime, racism, bullying, and looked at stereotypes and how difference can separate us but also bring us together.
I approached two of our local schools that we work with, so Marsden Heights Community College and Blessed Trinity Roman Catholic College, and asked them to identify young people from their schools who were potential leaders who could take part in such a project.
I needed to select pupils that were confident in themselves, but also who other people in the year group looked up to and respected.
Leaders can mean a different thing for every young person, so it could be about being a future head boy or head girl, or it could be about being popular and having influence on a group of people. It could be about being really clever and bright and being able to, write for the student newspaper.
I think a leader is someone who cares about how other people feel and know how to actually understand and can give advice if they're struggling.
Others listen to leaders. Leaders know how to treat others and explain good stuff. Then they're going to follow it and it's going to be a better world.
Having that leadership role and that influence has meant that that message doesn't just stay within this room. It goes on and it has a ripple effect to the other people that are in their lives.
From the outset, we have come up with ideas about what we want the project to be, but we've let the young people drive it.
And we realised quite quickly that young people at this age, kind of 12 and 13, couldn't really connect with global issues, and so we narrowed it down to look more so around things that were happening in their school. We explored lots of different ideas and kind of brought it down into 3 stories.
We're doing one about a racist event, to do with a terrorist attack, and then in a school there's racism going on. And there's one to do with homophobic bullying.
What's wrong with being gay?
I don't want to be gay. You go with him. Rob. Yes.
We've basically been talking about what affects us right now, like terrorism, like racism, bullying, everything about that. And it's like building our confidence skills and making us better people for when we grow up. We can face the same issue that we're facing now, and it's just helping us a lot.
The things that people said to me, they've called me package and stuff, and suicide bombers, and they say that your dad's a terrorist because he's black and stuff like that.
Terrorist. Obviously what you've been something. What is the point in this? I mean, we're all meant to be mates and you just put this.
A bit angry and a bit sad at the same time, because you know full well that it's not all Muslims, and there's other people that just think it is.
We're all the same, it's just people sometimes decide that depending on your skin colour or your sexuality, that because you are different, because you are not the same as them, as their idea of perfect, you should just not exist, and I believe that everyone should be equal.
It makes people unhappy and sad and everything, and it's not a nice thing to do because everybody's equal.
If someone is getting bullied and another person is just standing by, if they don't do anything, that's turning a blind eye. If they do something and stop it from happening, then that's not turning a blind eye, and it could change the victim's life.
Students were talking about hate crime, terrorism, radicalisation, racism, bullying, day-to-day things really that they see, they hear about, and more importantly what they feel.
I know how to challenge the issues and talk to people about it more.
I know how to deal with stuff that's inappropriate or not correct, and how to challenge it.
I think I've learnt more about terrorism and extremism, how to separate.
My favourite thing about this project is just building confidence skills. It's just helping me so much, and I know obviously it's going to help a lot more people.
If you're in a conversation with your friend or you see a group of people in your class saying anything racist or homophobic, I would say talk to them and convince them and tell them why that is wrong. Because if you just tell them that it's wrong, it won't make a change. You need to explain to them and make them see why it is wrong.
Face the issue. Generate the issue.
Understand each other.
Treat others in the way you want to be treated, and respect other people.
What you've done to somebody else, but also what stereotyping you've been a victim of.
The old man was in the car and the old man came into the shop, and we already knew because
they're interacting with pupils who they never thought they'd interact with, It was quite frosty, the first session, so the Blessed Trinity kids stayed together, the Marsden Heights children stayed together, and there was clearly a divide.
I was a bit nervous to meet the people who were there, but when I actually got to know them, I've got really close with a couple of them. So there's George and Alexandra, who are like my best friends there now.
I thought it was going to be just a really boring session, nothing's really going to happen. But now after I've been here for a couple of weeks, I think it's starting to grow me that it's going to turn out very good.
We were very much set to have our final session a few weeks ago. We were creating our films and rehearsing the films. The Manchester terrorist attack happened, and one of our films had been a fictional story of there being a terrorist attack in Manchester.
I know some people that were there from my school, and they said it was scary.
It was just shocking that something could happen so close to home where anyone you knew or anyone could be there.
And we were thinking whether to do it or not, because it might like offend other people, they might take it wrong way.
And it could just be a little bit insensitive if we made up a fake attack.
All the young people decided that it wasn't appropriate to carry on with that film, and the project went in a different direction. That's how we've got to the point where we're now creating a documentary,
which just looks at the different things that we've covered, and then the other is a piece of spoken word, which is using the words of the young people that they have developed over the project.
We say no to hate.
We say no to fear.
We will stand together. Hope is here.
I'm a bit more confident with saying things in front of the group now because I've got to know them all, and I know that they won't take offence for anything that me or other people say to them.
It makes me see things in a different point of view. If you see people from like different communities and different people, you just see other views and stuff.
Before I don't really tell my ideas or speak in general, but now I start to speak with a lot of people to put problems, ideas.
I think it's important because if something affects you deep down, you have the right to say whatever's on your mind, so you don't keep it inside and then it doesn't build up.
It's benefited our students in class, around school, and made them more inspired to actually change things.
We're here because we want to know more, we want to become better people, and this is like really good opportunity to be here. This is making me like work with other people, become more confident, and it's really helping me.
I think that I can make a change in people's lives and help those who need it the most. I feel I can just like make the community better for people.
Year 8s are quite young to be discussing such issues, and actually they've really surprised me in terms of what they've discussed, what they've raised, the issues that they're experiencing even at a Year 8 level.
Before, if there was ever an argument, I don't think I would have been able to actually stand up. I would have just gone along with whoever I knew the best, but now I think I'd be able to stand up and tell someone if they were wrong or being racist.
If they said, why are you trusting a Muslim, I would just plainly say, well, if you really got the time to know him, you would do the same that I'm doing.
What we need to do is try to build bridges rather than cause division between different communities. And what we need to be doing is thinking about our future generations. And so what we've done is got them involved and given them a voice so they can be a part of that and hopefully be the change that they want to see.